So that's what I'm wondering. Maybe they'll go up to Legion and create servers for each expansion. I mean, that would be nice, but they haven't done that. Because there's no Burning Crusade. There's no Burning Crusade servers, right? There's no Burning Crusade servers. There's no Wrath of the Lich King servers. There, you know, all these things is not there. So I'm wondering, would they just start with it? Like, I feel like that'd be kind of weird almost. I mean, I would hope if they go to Legion, that would be great. Like, I loved Legion. That was, in my opinion, Legion was, in my opinion, one of the best expansions. I didn't play a lot of the other ones, you know, so to be fair, but I think Legion was one of the best expansions. Too populated class. I feel like if they did mob, it should probably end there. I feel like most people weren't fans of mob left personally, but I feel like currently there's not. Yeah, I did not play mob. I played mob on private server. And I did not like it. I did not like it. I just played on a Mr. Pandaria, like true classic server, and it was not for me. But you can still go through them. No, you could. They could make it, but they would spread the player base too thin. If they would make a server for each expansion, like a dedicated Kata, Mr. Pandaria, Legion, etc. server, they would divide the player base up too much. And most of it will end up dead. And what do you do then? Once you offer it, you can't take it away anymore. If people want to... And then what's the difference than just playing with Chromies, you know, through Chromie right now? Because in retail, you can play through any expansion through Chromie. So that's almost like having dedicated servers already, but it's actually not dividing up the player base. If they make it a dedicated server, now they're actually dividing up the player base because you can't play with each other. And then everything would just die out, more or less, I think. Does that make sense? But also just keep going and keep going with Classic. I don't know. I don't think that's the answer either. I think at some point they would just have to stop it. What else do we have to do? Oh, I have to kill 10 of these small things. There's another 3 right there. I should probably keybind my shapeshifting. Because, yeah, just like right now, at Kata, there's 2 populated servers, all the rest is dead, yeah. Because, I mean, at the beginning, they need so many realms, because there's so many people join, but then, yeah, the player base does fall off pretty quickly. And I feel like the player base is already relatively divided with all the different versions of WoW that we have, right? Because we essentially have, what, 6 versions of WoW right now? We have retail, which is great because you can play in any expansion that you want when you're leveling up. But you can also, like, if you go through the dungeon finder, you're limited to the dungeons of your timeline, right? Which makes sense, but it's already dividing up the player base a little bit in that way. Though you still interact with everyone else, you're not excluded from trade or anything like that. But it's already a little divided. And then you have the Mr. Pandaria remix, which is like a total, like, excluded, like not standalone, but you know, you can't pull that character out of there. You can't do other content besides it. So what I gotta do here? Enter Hopper. Oh, is that Hopper? There we go. Right, you're already Muffin Man. Thank you for liking the live stream. you're already stuck in Mr. Pandaria. In Classic, you can still do TBC and the Cataclysm.
You need to target something first.
Not really, though. No, because you have Kata, but you don't. You have Cataclysm, but you're not joining. You can't just do Wrath of the Lich King. You can do the content, yeah, but you're not. Yeah. Thank you for the roses, man. I appreciate it. But it's not its own server, no. It's not like Chromie here where you can truly do like only that content. And then besides Mr. Pandaria, we have Season of Discovery, we have Classic, like Classic Era, we have Classic Hardcore, we have Classic Cataclysm. You know, like all of this is dividing up the player base. So each player base, the whole player base, and you keep dividing it up, we're all ending up with a smaller, you know, piece of the cake. You know.
Is it that time already?
Let's return back. And then besides, what else do we have? And then we have retail. We have Dragonflight. You know, which I don't want to do that quest, so I'm actually going to destroy it so it disappears. So, it's... Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, you know, thinking out loud, just kind of wondering how, oh god, we gotta do all of these. Oh, flipping hell. I'm just thinking, you know, thinking out loud. Let me know what you guys think. But just, you know, we're dividing up the player base a little too much, almost, in my opinion. It is great that, I mean, don't get me wrong, like the value that you get out of WoW, like you pay one subscription and you don't even pay for all of these other, you don't even have to pay for these other services. If you want to play the War Within, you got to buy the expansion. You know, but... Oh, perfect. Perfect run. Wow. But the value proposition, I think, is great. Right? Like $15 a month, you get access to all these versions of WoW. That is great. You don't have to pay extra. You don't have to buy any additional package or expansion or anything besides the most current one that you want to buy. And you can really choose what version of WoW you want to play. But like I said, I think it's just a little bit of a double-edged... Where am I going? Oh, a double-edged sword, where if you offer too much, you're dividing up the player base too much. Because I don't think the player base is necessarily growing a ton based upon all these different versions of WoW that they add. I don't know, that seemed kind of like a lot. Does that make sense? On the one side, I'm very happy about all these different... Oh boy, I don't think we can yeah, okay, we're not meant to defeat that guy. Okay, I get it now. On the one side, I'm really happy about all the different things that we have in WoW. On the other side, I hope they don't overdo it. Oh, and we're supposed to go that way. That's probably why. On the other side, I hope they don't overdo it so that we don't split the player base too much. That's just that was my 2 or 3 cents on the whole how many versions of WoW we have.